3, 2, 1.
What's up everyone, Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture. January 28th, 2018, Litecoin making some moves. It's just after 9 o'clock Eastern Sunday and wanted to do technical analysis. I want to look at this falling wedge we have on the screen and also want to talk about a few things, a few options in terms of Litecoin. And let's preface the video and I'll just say that, you know, I do technical analysis. I do these charts because I'm not trying to predict what's going to happen. I'm not sitting here and saying, based on my calculations, we can see that Litecoin will be going to $220 by next Friday. The purpose of charting is to kind of follow history, follow patterns so that we can react to what happens and that we might have an idea how to react. And you hear that often if you watch other trading videos, and that's just because that's the purpose of it. It's so that we can plan ahead and we have our options ready when something happens. We know what we're going to do. So with that being said, what are we going to do? At least what am I going to do? What are my plans if basically three things happen? It's we break up, we break down, or we just continue sideways. I mean, that's pretty much it. We're not going to go backwards. So with that being said, what am I looking for? Let's start with if we break up. First of all, look at this awesome area of confluence here that I've been talking about possibly happening, which is the 50 EMA touching close to this 200 resistance zone right at the apex trend line, top trend line. It's crazy. Picture perfect. I would love to just break through that right there today within the next 24 hours. We don't always get what we want, so that might not happen. So if that doesn't happen, what am I looking for in terms of a breakout and what would I personally do? So a lot of people like to trade a breakout. If you're going to buy into a breakout, they like to utilize the head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, which in terms of this chart, you know, would look something like we have a shoulder here, we have a head here, right? And depending on how high we go here, if we do break out, if we continue up, we might come back down and retest the trend line, which is very common in a falling wedge breakout. So if this happens, this is what the inverse head and shoulders might look like. And then what you would do entering the position is once it bounces back off, we break through that 200 again, you would buy on a breakout right there, on a confirmed breakout out of the wedge. So that's, if I were to buy into a breakout, that's kind of the way I would do it. That's how I would look to play it. Now with that being said, if we, so that was option number one, buy the breakout, right? Option number two is we trade sideways. We break through at least the top of the wedge, but we continue just to see, you know, crazy, just sideways trading, you know, in this range. And in that case, I would do pretty much what I did down here. Here, I was just accumulating Litecoin. When things tend to trade like that, I accumulate. I don't think I was buying every day, but that's just kind of how I scale in. I was buying a lot, and I want to do a video. I don't remember who in the comments mentioned doing a video on scaling in, but I really want to do a video on that because I think it's a great way to invest in cryptocurrency. So that's what I would do in the case that we continue to trade sideways. I would, you know, increase my holdings. So with that being said, what happens if we break this downward trend line? If that happens, I'm going to look for some key areas. I'm going to look at 150. I'm going to look at that 135. I think it was around 135 that we touched. I don't remember when we touched it, but we touched 135. And I'm going to look at key support areas that we bounced off of in the past. And I'm just going to buy that dip. We're eventually going to, if we do break this, we'll consolidate somewhere. It's just a question of where will it be? Will it be at 100? And nobody knows, but you want to look at key support areas in the past to, you know, decide, okay, I think this is a good point to enter. You never really want to enter during the volatility of, you know, breaking downwards when it happens quickly, you kind of want to wait, find the bottom where there's some support, and then it might be a nice area to buy the dip. So those are kind of my things. Breaking down, buying the dip. So buying here, right? Right here, and I'm not gonna write the word, but accumulate here. That's my plan. And then buy here possibly, and I talked about this before, I don't always buy breakouts. I have enough Litecoin where I'd be just happy just to watch, and it's fun to watch and I love it and it's great for Litecoin. However, if this happens, it's a possibility buying the breakout, right around here. And that's it. I mean, that's how I would trade this falling wedge. That's how I would invest based on what we see on the screen. So I'm really still curious. I said over the weekend, or I think Friday, I did a video and I said I want to wake up on one of these mornings, maybe even Monday morning, and I want to just see us break up. It would just be awesome. Still looking out for something like that to happen. However, we just don't know. So let's just keep an eye on this falling wedge right now. It's all we can do, but get your plans in order. How do you want to play this? If you plan on playing it, if you have cash sitting on the sidelines right now, just get ready. Stick to a plan that you're comfortable with. Never spend more money, never invest more than you're willing to lose. And, just prepare for all of these scenarios, because at the end of the day, that's what counts. That's what matters. And also remember, patience is where the money is made. So just invest safely, cautiously, conservatively. That's my recommendation. It's not my advice, it's my opinion. But I figured we had some movement. I thought it would be good to do a video. And listen, start of the week, have an awesome week. I really appreciate you coming by, watching this video. If you agree or disagree with, my analysis, let me know. I'm curious. I really appreciate your comments. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day, have an awesome week, and God bless.